and welcome to the final part of the Kirby's Dream Land 2 playthrough. Here we are, level 7, the Dark Castle, also known as King DDD's Castle.
Let's go.
So you can see 7 levels. That's you want to call it the 7 levels of hell? I don't think it's that particularly bad. I don't really remember the level design of this place, but right now it doesn't seem that bad.
This is the 7 levels of hell for Ethan right here.
How many freaking... I know, right? Because, like, man, how many times have we done this episode? Like, today's just been a shit show.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been kind of weird today.
Yeah, it's like I leave in between parts for about 2 hours. Cameron has time to go get soda, like an hour trip for soda.
Literally.
And what else happened during that time? OBS crashed like once, and that might happen. Like, no, it crashed twice. Once was during the initial recording, but then and now it's it's okay. If like yeah, when OBS is screen capturing a thing, there's a yellow perimeter around it on the screen. So when I realized there was no yellow perimeter during that last try, I was like, oh, something bad happened.
That doesn't seem good.
No, it doesn't. Hopefully everything will be a-okay this time. I don't know. Maybe it's the update that I just did to OBS the other day. Maybe. I don't know.
This is why I don't update any of my technology.
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
just breaks.
All right,
Yeah.
that's how you initially lost the Halo Reach playthrough. Remember with Filmora?
Oh yeah. Jeez. Yeah, doing a freaking because I was originally tasked to do like the editing and stuff for Halo Reach, and then at some point I remember like I wanted to try like updating Filmora because it's been a while since I'd done that and I was having a lot of problems, and then I updated it, and honestly it was I kind of had more problems than what I did before, and it got to and like because there's a thing with Filmora where when you update, it has to like transfer like the old files over to the new version so that it works and stuff like that. But when I did that with Halo Reach, it just broke everything, and I had to start from scratch.
Yeah,
I wasn't too far along, but it was still enough for me to be like, man, that really sucks.
yeah. Especially it was the subtitling that was the biggest pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially with Halo Reach, is that there are no in-game subtitles, which is some characters say some pretty important stuff, which is really annoying.
That will always be so weird to me because I have played games with in-game dialogue like that, and there are subtitles for it, and subtitles were on for the record, but only for the cutscenes.
Subtitles were turned on in Halo Reach. This is something people have actually complained about for Halo Reach for a while, is that there are no in-game subtitles. They're only during the cutscenes.
That is the weirdest thing ever. But yeah, that's how Filmora crashed, and okay, good, still yellow perimeter, good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just make sure it's still working.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be commenting about that all throughout this entire thing. Oh yeah, and also there's the first day we were doing Call of Duty, Cameron was having a Windows update or something, right? Or it's like, you remember the first day we did Call of Duty, and we were trying to figure out how you can get yourself to share your own screen?
Yeah.
Your Discord, yeah. But you had upgraded to, like, your computer's on Windows 11 already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the issue.
Doesn't help that Windows 11's it also just seems kind of bad, honestly. I've seen what Windows 11 looks like through videos, and it really doesn't look that great.
Oh, really?
I
have not seen it firsthand.
I don't know.
Windows 11, it's like the last thing, but worse.
Basically, yeah. Oh,
I mean, it's still new, which is probably kind of part of it, but still, there's not enough in Windows 11 for me to consider upgrading, and even with my PC, like, as it stands, I don't even have the requirements for my PC to upgrade to Windows 11. I would have to get a new PC anyway to do that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, my computer doesn't have the requirements to even upgrade to Windows 11.
But your PC's like the big big badass PC or
yeah, it's like a big honking thing. I actually checked recently. I've had this for about 3 years now, I think.
Oh, really?
Which I mean, it's pretty good, but I mean, even then, like, it only takes like a year for stuff to be considered outdated. So take that as you will.
I guess, yeah. That's kind of depressing, actually. Yeah, man. I don't know. Technology is stupid. Oh yeah, and Cam, you said some comment about it's like it's the same thing, but it's just worse. Where else have I heard that before? I think it starts with an M and ends with an addon.
It's got some numbers.
Yeah. Madden 22, it's like Madden 21, but worse.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was like.
And yet my dumbass keeps buying it.
Yep.
I feel like you could say that sentence with like with like any of the games. Just like, here's this game, and then here's the number after it, and it's the same but worse.
That's all sports games now at this point.
Yeah, because they don't change.
Yeah, no.
No, it's just a slight upgrade in graphics that literally only fucking graphics bitches could tell.
Right, a slight difference.
And updated rosters in sports. That's really all it is.
Yeah, and it's a slight difference. Like, I could not tell you a graph. Like, if you showed me a screenshot of the last two Madden games, like, what is it, 22 and 21, I would not be able to tell the difference between them.
I have both, by the way, so...
you have a problem.
I have...
And you're part of the problem.
I have a
the reason why they keep making these games because you keep buying them.
That is true. Now, the reason why they keep making these fucking games is because people keep buying for the stupid Madden Ultimate Team, which is a stupid fucking mode.
Ultimate Team?
Yeah. So, Madden Ultimate Team is essentially, it's your team, but it's a bunch of, like, how do I explain it? So, it's like the roster are like these cards, and the cards have an overall rating for that player. And you can use these players that you have on your team for, like, challenges or online games and shit.
Oh, okay.
But the thing that annoys the shit out of me is, like, my team's decent, mine's team's like an 84, and I just have all these players from, like, either, like, packs I got from the game just by playing challenges and stuff. But there are literally people who will spend thousands of dollars.
Thousands?
Yeah, to have, like, overpowered fucking rosters.
Oh, this is like one of them pay-to-play stuff, isn't it?
It can't. No, it's not pay to play, but you can.
You can, though.
You can, and people do, and it's stupid.
Yeah, it's like when mobile games try to make you spend real money for in-game currency.
Yeah, it's why I don't play, like, the onlines of Madden Ultimate Team.
I see, okay.
Because every game I get into, they're going to be more overpowered than I am. Because you got people going, like, 99 overall, fucking Bo Jacksons, Tom Brady's, and fucking players like that. And then you got my ass over here who's rocking, like, you know, who's rocking, like, a 90, like, Russell Wilson. But you also have, like, a 72 offensive lineman. So, yeah, people just massively pay actual money for that. I would not, because I'm not stupid.
Yeah. I hate systems like that, because always what happens is that like the people who pay for that stuff are really overpowered, and the people who don't just don't get there very far, because it takes them so fucking long to even get anywhere close to that kind of level.
And most sports games nowadays have that. Like, they have that like, Ultimate Team thing, where you pay real money. Like, literally, Madden has it, NBA 2K has it, I believe the MLS games have it, as well as I think the hockey and baseball games have it.
Yeah.
And I don't play any of them. Anytime I do play a sports game, it's because I'm creating a stupid character for franchise mode and just playing the fun out of that.
Yeah, it seems to be like... It seems to have taken somewhat a trend from mobile gaming generally, because it really just was mobile gaming that kind of started the whole use real money to buy the in-game stuff so you can get better stats ahead of other players.
And Madden hasn't always been that. Like,
right, yeah.
Here's all the Maddens I have. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22.
You have a problem.
I do. But the thing is, from 10 up to about 13, those are actually good games. Like, those are legitimately good, and they didn't have Madden Ultimate Team. Or at least I think 13 does, but 12 I don't think so. From back. They don't have Madden Ultimate Team. They had a lot better options, like back in the older ones, up until about 2013, you could have your own customized teams. Like, you could create your own team. And that was an option, that they got rid of that option, which a lot of people were pissed off about, because it was one of the best options of it.
Yeah, I felt like that was sort of the main appeal. Oh, damn it. Oh, yeah, this is funny. This is freaking auto-scrolling section.
Three.
But then up until about like 14, they were good, and then they started. It really started to decline after 17. Because 17 was decent, and after 17 it got bad with 18. 18 was buggy as shit. 19 wasn't any better. 20 was fucking terrible as well. It did bring in some new ideas, but they weren't good ideas.
Yeah, didn't they try to make up for some of that stuff by having a story mode in it?
Yeah. No, 18 they brought in a story mode.
Right.
18 they brought in the story mode. 19 they continued the story mode. 20 they tried to do the story mode again, but this time it was even worse.
This time it was bad.
Yeah. Like, and I'll get credit, 18 story mode, was actually, for as bad as the game is, pretty decent. It was an okay story,
Yeah, like, narratively.
Narratively, like, okay, they did a lot of things I expected them to. They made the character look human.
Okay.
Because the story of your character is, and I blanked his name for some reason.
It's basic underdog sport movie stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. The whole basic, this character, he was supposed to go to this major college, or he did go to college, but he ended up leaving after said family member passed away.
Yeah.
And he never got back. This is essentially him getting back. That's 18. 19 is a continuation of that.
Oh, it's a sequel?
Yeah, 19.
Oh my
19
god! I thought it was
no,
just the same thing, just different characters. Oh my god! Okay.
No, 19 is the same guy, but his buddy. But the whole thing now is that his buddy is now also involved in the story a lot more. Which his buddy's name is Colt Cruz. That's like the only name I actually remember. And he juggles the issue of being a football player or being a songwriter.
Okay, that's definitely not cringe.
And he finds out he has a sister.
Finds out?
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on finds out?
His dad comes back into the picture and then essentially dumps it's his half sister.
Oh,
but essentially dumps his half sister with him.
Okay. Odd. But okay.
Yeah. And then apparently 20 they were like, all right, we're gonna change it up and make it 10 times worse. To where the point of the character, I feel like it was supposed to be like, so they had a college set of games called NCAA.
Yeah.
NCAA football, and they stopped at 14. They're bringing it back now. But they're having issues with it currently.
Of course. They gotta figure out what to micromanage with the money and stuff,
It's not even that. It's not even that. The main issue is coming from getting schools to agree.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember you talking about this.
Pretty much most of the Big Ten and SEC are calling out of the game. and that's an issue because the SEC and Big Ten are the two biggest conferences. But in Madden 20, they were like, it's supposed to be like NCAA Dynasty mode, where it could be you, it could be anyone.
Right.
You know, it's supposed to put you into the idea that it couldn't be you. And it's kind of, and it's the same, it's basically kind of like...
Okay, can I comment that the enemy just spawned right on top of me?
Yeah.
That's so garbage. Stupid. That's garbage, okay.
That is kind of dumb.
Yeah, that is stupid. But, it was kind of like the same story, close to similar story that 18 had.
Okay.
It was like, okay, this time it's, you know, he's this guy who's been, like, promised the starting job, but he's been held down his entire 3 years at college, and now the lights are on him in the brightest moment, which is the college playoffs.
Yeah.
Except this time it's with whatever character you make it to be. And then it was 21. I haven't played 21 in a while, so I haven't fully remember. I think 21 was actually pretty similar to 18 and 22.
Yeah,
or 20.
Yeah,
it was actually pretty similar. It was kind of close to the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought that all of them were, except with 19 being a sequel. And
then 22, they switched it up again.
Again?
A little bit, barely.
Okay. Barely.
But yeah, this time it's supposed to be again, actually, pretty kind of similar story to the last few. You know, the guy who's supposed to be you coming up to the big leagues.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty basic story, and once you've played one, you kind of understand the rest of them.
That's what we've been saying to you this entire time, Cameron. You have a
I'm mostly playing it for the franchise mode.
Well, you know what we're talking about. It's the same. It seems to be the same philosophy all throughout, no matter.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, here's good news. I might not actually buy the next one.
Oh. Oh my! We did it! The intervention worked, gang.
Making progress.
Unfortunately, my quarterback isn't here anymore, so there's no reason for me to buy it anymore. I need to be reminded through a video game that I no longer have the quarterback I like.
Oh. Well, sucks to be you.
Exactly.
Oh well. Here's the King DDD boss fight. So technically this would be the final boss if you never got all the rainbow drops. So, but there will be a final boss after I kill DDD here. Or he kills me. It's actually quite a tough fight because he has this pinch mode, as you can see, where he's just angry and he doesn't necessarily have a pattern to his attacks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's random how, like, it's patternized when he's not in pinch mode. In pinch mode, it's randomized. Kirby teabag. Yeah, right. All right. Now, the 7 Chaos Emeralds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Super Kirby.
Oh, a sword. Now I'm gonna stab you.
You're gonna fucking kill DDD.
What's
He
this?
was possessed.
Yep. That's basically how it goes.
He was possessed.
You know, that's basically how it's been for like a lot of Kirby games.
Who knew Kirby had the access to a fucking claymore?
Now. But yeah, who knew that? Like a lot of Kirby games actually have like the premise that DDD is like possessed by some bigger threat to Dreamland. It's been like that for a while.
It's usually kind of, now that you mention it, it definitely kind of seems like that is what they do. Like they'll have DDD as like they seem like it's the final boss, but it's always like DDD's like possessed or controlled by some even bigger threat.
Yeah, because I think the idea behind DDD is that like he's not exactly a bad guy, but you are a bad guy. You know, like take a line from Wreck-It Ralph. You know,
from Zangief.
Right. But yeah. So this is Dark Matter, I guess. I don't know if this guy has a name. This isn't actually his true form though, to be fair. So it's
He's just a flying guy with a claymore.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah, so if you regular sword swipes on him will do some damage, but not as much as you'd like. So the method here is that projectile you see right there does a lot of damage. So swing it back into him. Okay, here's his true form.
Oh yeah, this thing.
Yeah, which
Okay.
yeah, same philosophy as like the sword strikes don't do much, but those projectiles do a lot of damage against him. And you know, the 4 that you see there does a lot of hit points, like per. So yeah.
This fight kind of reminds me of Undertale in a way.
Oh really?
Yeah, how you have to dodge like certain attacks.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's kind of how bullet hell games are.
And it's funny because I've never played Undertale.
Well, it essentially, in a way, is a bullet hell, even in Undertale, sort of, right?
I mean, yeah, that's basically kind of what I mean. Like, it's an RPG, but like when you're dodging stuff from the enemies, it's just a bullet hell.
Yeah, I think it gets away with being in the indie category, where it basically puts a lot of ideas from a lot of pre-existing stuff into one. Yeah. And there we did it. We killed Dark Matter. That's actually a really tough boss fight if you don't go after his projectiles.
I mean, you looked like you were about to die there. You had like 1 hit point, I think.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think the projectiles were ever meant to be programmed like that. So that's why I feel like it was super easy. That's just my feeling, though. I don't know. But yeah, and there's Kirby falling from space. Whee!
Kirby dies.
Executive producer. Yeah.
Apparently his sword is also falling extremely straight. More than physics should allow it to.
Physics in Dreamland.
In my extensive knowledge with swords.
Exactly. But alrighty, yeah, that was Kirby's Dreamland 2, the sequel to the first game, also on the Game Boy. Well, what did you guys think of it? Let's start with Josh.
I mean, because this was only like the second Kirby game, right? So like this was still kind of a game where they were testing out like ideas of what they wanted Kirby to be with stuff like the copy abilities and whatever. And I think it achieved it pretty well with the limited hardware at the time.
Yeah. And Cam? Are you done? Sorry.
I mean, I'm sorry, I can't really think of a whole lot. I kind of off the top of my head.
That's all right. It's a simple game, and I don't expect something very obtuse or. I forgot I did this.
I love it when Kirby does the default dance. Yeah. Yes, it's a simple game, but definitely achieved what it was trying to do, and that's just being a simple platformer, I guess.
Yeah. And Cam?
I mean, what can you really say? It's Kirby.
Yeah.
You know, at least it's like the first 2 games. They're going to be very self-explanatory. You know, it's going to be very simplistic. They haven't fully started fleshing out Kirby as a character yet.
Like, even still, I mean, Kirby in general, like, even beyond, like, some of the first games, Kirby is just a very simple, like, child-friendly, like, platform game.
Like I was saying last time, it's like the age demographic for, like, throughout the entire series is, like, extremely young, like 4 or 5 years old. Extremely young.
So it's not really gonna get too complicated, usually, in any Kirby game.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Kirby 64 be like... but yeah, and I guess judging from the commentary, this was a bit of a filler game, but yeah.
I mean, it almost felt like it.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. It just
was kind of short.
It is a very short game, yeah. A lot of early Kirby games are very short compared to how they are nowadays. Yeah, it's a very short, simple game. It's a nice start for what's considered the Dark Matter trilogy, and you got the whole aspect of the true final boss and all that stuff very early on in the series. So that's cool and all. The process of getting some of the rainbow drops, though, no.
Yeah, so some of those were pretty dumb. I don't see how you would be able to get like half of those without some kind of guide.
Right, yeah. Especially the World 4 and the World 6 one. My God, those are like very technically I don't even know what to call it.
That's like you might as well bake a cake or something. Like,
yeah.
it's just all these steps and like freaking. You get to go here with this ability and like walk on one leg and rub your stomach like.
Basically, yeah. So that's kind of the downfall. And also, I don't like how the level pacing near the end of it. It just kind of drags on, and I just want to get the level over with. That's why I got hit a lot so much in World 6. Yeah. That was our commentary of Kirby's Dream Land 2. Next year, we would be doing Kirby's Dream Land 3 if a new Kirby game weren't going to come out later this year.
We forgot about the new one.
We forgot about the new... I wonder why. It's called The Forgotten Land. No? The game will be out in a week from the time of this recording, so this is going to be funny when we hear it in post.
Yeah.
Whatever. But thank you guys for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic night. Take care. Like and subscribe. Watch our other stuff. And say goodbye, folks.
See ya.